I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more times.
There's 5 blokes outside my front door. Can you come and help
One
me?
hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with the big man himself, big Frazer Clarke. Frazer, it's been 2 days I've been in Liverpool and I've finally managed to track you down here at the Fighters Hotel. Morning of fight night, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm alright, you know, just like nice and relaxed, chilled. Same old, same old. This is work now, do you know what I mean? So some breakfast, a few walks out, break the day up, get down to business later.
Talk to me, talk to Red over there as well, so it's going to be a busy morning for you. But like I said, you're up against a tough opponent. He's undefeated, 7 fights, 5 knockouts, big puncher, similar to yourself, obviously. You sized him up at the weigh-in. What did you see?
Yeah, big lad. Just I know I've got to be switched on, focused, same as every fight really. Get in there and control the controllables and do what I do.
You said at the Sky Sports after the weigh-in that you ever seen a pit bull against a chihuahua. Is that, with saying that, from a betting man, we're going to go for the knockout?
No, I ain't going for the knockout. I was watching the Friday after next, the night before. There's a line out of that, so it just came off the tongue. But yeah, get in there and box, use my attributes, use what I can use, and try and get the victory.
How eager are you to get up there? When you look at the heavyweight division right now, I mean, with obviously Dillian White, Tyson Fury, obviously Joshua, Usyk, Joyce, Parker. Obviously, you've obviously sparred a lot of them names. You've shared the ring with a lot of them names. Your amateur pedigree with the bronze at the Olympics. We all know what you did with Captain GB over there. You've done it all basically. How eager are you, and how eager are your team to sort of fast track you to get to these big names?
They're in a different. They're in a different zone. They're in a different world at the minute to me. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, amateur pedigree is good and this and that, and you have to prove yourself on the job, don't you? And I'm just doing that fight by fight. Like, it's difficult to get the opponents, difficult to get the right opponents. They don't seem to be about as much. So I'm just fighting whoever they put in front of me really, and let the powers that be sort that. And all I'll do is go do this, go back to the gym, improve, and whoever they tell me to fight next, I'll fight them. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a fighter that's just wanting to improve and wanting to get to where I want to go in my career, and that's obviously titles.
You said you're just a fighter, but I want to cash him. I'm going to go back 2 weeks ago when Joshua and Usyk in Saudi Arabia, and I was watching the Sky Box Office coverage, and I really enjoyed your analysis of the fights. I enjoyed you talking on the mic, and it was refreshing hearing what you had to say. Now, I do want to jump straight into it with Anthony Joshua loss and obviously the aftermath, and you obviously said what you had to say on camera, but just reiterate now, 2 weeks down the line, you've seen it again, and what are your thoughts on sort of like Joshua's aftermath after the fight, the rant, the breakdown, whatever you want to call it?
Yeah, well, what I will say is I'm watching from a TV screen in London. That's happening in Saudi, and perception's a crazy thing, because after speaking to people that were there, obviously I was talking about taking the microphone off him. It probably wouldn't have been the right thing to do there and then, because from the way the anger that he was facing at the time, it probably would have escalated a bit. I still think I would have had a go, even try and nick it off him and run off probably. But yeah, like, it's perception, isn't it? Like, I seen one thing on a TV screen. There, people that, you know, there's people in this building now that were there, and they told me that it wouldn't have been the right thing to do, and I trust their judgment. So, you know, it happened. It's yesterday's news now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's in everyone's mouth for a few weeks. You know, Joshua had a rant after the boxing. So Mike Tyson once started trying to beat up referees and telling people he's going to chew up Lennox Lewis's kids. So it ain't the end of the world, is it? Do you know what I mean? He didn't say nothing that bad. But yeah, I'm sure he regrets it. Not what he said. I think he'd probably just regret the timing. But it is what it is, man. It's done. But
the pressure as well. I mean, obviously, holding down them stadium fights for so long, coming out the Olympics. He said himself, he only been boxing since he was 18. Stadium fights straight off out the Olympics, pay-per-view fights straight out the Olympics, Madison Square Garden. I mean, he held the pressure for so long. Do you think it was just boiling point?
That build-up, mate. Look at me. Look at me in this early stage of my career. I've done nothing, and the pressure's mounting on me, and I have to manage that and I have to control it. So he's in a different planet, like different stratosphere he's on, you know, for pressure and people expecting things off him. So I'm surprised that that outburst didn't come 4 or 5 fights ago. To be honest, he's done well to hold it together. This guy's life is completely taken over, man. The guy can't even go and take a shit without someone trying to take a picture of him or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like, it's a credit to him. People like him, Tyson Fury. These guys are a different level of celebrity. So I just credit them, for dealing with it. And if they do ever have outbursts, they're only humans. Do you know what I mean?
And they're fighters as well. We don't know what you're punching somebody in the face. You're letting somebody punch you in the face. So you have to be mental in that respect to go in the ring at one stage, so you can almost give them a pass when they have an outburst like that.
Exactly. I mean, we live in a social media era, don't we? Do you know what I mean? Everyone has an opinion. Everyone's got an opinion on you. Everyone's got an opinion on me. Everyone's got an opinion on you. Everyone's got an opinion about something. Yeah, it's words. Let them say it. Let them think it. I'm trying not to let it ruin my day. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy yourself. Worry about yourself. Concentrate on yourself. There's nothing wrong with people having opinions. Like people can have them. But if it's that negative, I don't get what people get out of saying it. What buzz do you get? Do you feel like you type something? Glad I've got it off my chest. I hope he reads that and it goes somewhere in his head. Come on, man, have a day off. Go and find a hobby. Go and get a bird. Go and get your leg over or do something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, but again, I've never been a fighter. I've only done the amateur scene and stuff like that, so I've never had that professional sort of feeling with all these people. You're going out in front of people with the possibility of getting knocked out in front of millions of people. I mean, that in itself is pressure. Do you know what I mean? So I can see why Mike Tyson, Joshua, loads of fighters have had outbursts, so I can understand it in that respect, but maybe a lot of people can't.
There's one coming from Big Frazer one day. There's one coming.
I'm looking forward to that day. Big Frazer.
It's gonna happen, mate. Do you know what I mean? Like you say, there's only so much people can take, and then bang, some people pop, some people don't like it, and unfortunately they just have to deal with it because, like man and wife argue in the house, like Bill from down the pub has a rant and goes crazy after 10 pints. We're just normal human beings, you know what I mean? And in the right time, the only difference with our outbursts is usually there's loads of cameras in your face. It's there for everyone to see.
Exactly.
People have outbursts every day. I was looking out the bedroom window at 3 o'clock this morning. There's fucking people out here going crazy,
that was me.
wanting to kill each other, wanting to punch each other. That's on camera, and they've got a bit of stats about them. It's a big deal, but it ain't really. Do you know what I mean?
Just a quick change of subject. Then you did touch on Tyson there. Obviously, you've followed Tyson on Instagram. You've obviously seen his comments to Usyk, and Usyk saying this, that, next thing. Looks like them guys are going to fight, whether it be December or the early end of next year. You're good on the mic. Give me your thoughts on that fight.
Great fight. Love the fight. Love the build-up already. It has begun. Tyson's doing what Tyson does. Brilliant. One of the best salesmen in the world, definitely. One of the best fighters in the world, without doubt. So, good fight. Usyk causes everyone problems. Don't care if you're Tyson. I don't think it'll be as straightforward as he makes out, but I do think he wins the fight. He's definitely got what it takes. Once again, I say this to everyone: you need to have your best day if you're fighting Alexander Usyk. You've got to be on it. Concentration has to be right up there. Physically, you've got to be there. I've got Tyson winning the fight, but I think he has to be the best Tyson Fury we've seen to date. Almost Klitschko performance, don't make this a boxing match. Make this the Tyson Fury show. Make this. You've got to be the puppet master, and you've got to control everything in that ring. And you don't even need to tell him. You know what I mean? He's for all the noise and everything like that. Well, you can't deny this guy's he's one of the cleverest fighters in the world. You know what I mean? Like, you can look through it. He's not just a big man. This is a very, very clever man.
Yep. Just to, obviously, you're pressed for time here, but I do want to touch on when you watched the Hrgovic and Zhilei Zhang fight. I got this sort of vibe from you that right now you could face them and get the win over them. That's the sort of, you may not have said it on camera, but they're sort of looking at your expression and looking at, sort of trying to read in your eyes. I thought when you watched that fight, I could see it. Like maybe you thought I can take them too now. Is that Am I wrong in saying that, or did you feel at the moment that watching them two fight each other, did you feel confident going in them against him now?
Probably got a bit excited, you know. But yeah, I believe in myself, and I believe that, you know, realistically now I need more experience. You know, as a professional, I need more experience. That'd be stupid to say, oh, I can whip these guys, and I need a bit of experience. You know, that's coming, but in time I can definitely compete with these guys. You know.
One final one for me then. The arena's right there. Yeah, looking to go 3-0, 3 knockouts. What can we expect from you tonight?
3-0, 3 victories by whatever means necessary. It could get tricky at times. You know, he's a good guy. He's fast. People going about him being 15 stone. He's going to be fast. He's going to be light. He's going to be agile.
Usyk was 15 stone.
Usyk 15 stone. Wilder's 15 stone. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying he's in that category, but what I'm saying is I don't look over no one. You know, I've been in the game too long. I'm too long in the tooth. To just think it's a foregone conclusion. I've got to go in there and perform, be professional, and do what I do best.
Big Frazer, thank you so much for doing this IFL TV, and good luck tonight, man.
Anytime.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, I put my dad in the street against a heavyweight.
I've gone back to the dad. I've punched him a few more times.
5 blokes outside my front door. You coming in?
One hell of a fucking story, so stay tuned.